In this beautiful weekend weather, you can take to the skies in an extremely rare plane. Through Sunday, the Experimental Aircraft Association has brought its first ever mass producer airline to Lexington. It first flew in 1928, and nearly 90 years after its maiden voyage, it's still flying. New at 6, WKYT's Chris Johnson took a ride through the sky and through time.
When you hear the word Ford, you typically think this. But Ford also built this. It's a 1928 Ford Tri-Motor, and for the early 1900s, Captain Colin Soucy, a retired pilot, says it was flying in luxury.
A very upscale ride, a very expensive ride. To do that, passengers all dressed up, coats and ties, hats, gloves for ladies. It was an expensive ticket. It's a beautiful day for an airplane ride. It's actually a pretty good sized airplane.
This plane is rare. In fact, it's one of 199 Tri-Motors ever built, and one of 2 that are still flying today.
The way the stuff were made in the 20s was solid and simple. Everything is very mechanical, cables and pulleys, but very simple. And because of that, it's still going.
And for Captain Soucy, he doesn't mind sharing his thoughts on this plane.
What I tell people is this thing's like a John Deere tractor. It has no moving parts and it just keeps on ticking.
Now, in the Ford Tri-Motor plane, one distinct advantage passengers had when flying was the viewing space. This commercial airliner, which was the first, has a larger window size than what you'll find in today's airliners.
What's remarkable about the inside of this airplane, it has lots of legroom. They're big, comfortable leather seats, lots of legroom, and huge picture windows. You can see out both sides of the airplane at the same time. And I just tell people it's the exact opposite of these little regional jets that have these tiny little portholes you can't see out at all. I tell people flying's been going down to tubes since 1929.
But for passengers who take flight on this historic ride, it's all smiles when the plane hits the landing strip.
When we get back to the gate, a lot of times I get a standing ovation in the airplane before I shut the engines off.
So how did the flight go?
It was a very smooth ride. It was even a little windy today. It was better than what I expected it to be, a lot smoother, and really enjoyed the ride.
But for Soucy, it's the experience that he hopes leaves a lasting memory.
They get to say that they got to experience 1928 aviation, that they got to experience a ride in a really neat old airplane that's just part of this country's history.
In Lexington, I'm meteorologist Chris Johnson, WKYT.
Now, reservations for rides are still available this weekend. They cost $75. For more information on when you can fly, head to our website, WKYT.com, and have fun.